It is the Poke King, and I'm back with another video. Today, we're going to be taking a look at arguably, well, it's not arguably, it is my favorite deck after the 2024 post rotation. This is with Temporal Forces. Now, the deck may just get better when more sets come out, but this is the deck that I've been playing at locals and testing with, and I'm absolutely loving it. To me, it reminds me a lot of what Reggie's used to be. If you don't remember what Reggie's were, it was an awesome deck. We're going to take a look at Ancient Box. Now, what I love about Ancient Box is that this is the version that's only playing basic Pokemon and single prizers, which I personally love because it just gives you a lot of versatility. If you do draw bad hands, and because of the strength of this deck, you can truly get out of, honestly, some jams. And, there's some pretty cool techs in here. And I'll let you guys know what you can kind of play to supplement. So right now, we have honestly, this is the best attacker in the deck. 4 Roaring Moon, the 140 HP with Vengeance, Fletching. This card is awesome. So it does 70 damage and then an extra 10 for each ancient card in your discard pile. So, with Dark Patches, with Professor's Vitality, what we call Sada, you're able to pretty much excel energies onto this Roaring Moon and just go burr through the deck. And this deck goes brah. So we're going to put that over here for Roaring Moon. And I may not be able to fully lay them out because of the setup, but, I'll try my best. We next have 4 Koraidon. This is the Ancient Box Koraidon. Primordial Beatdown. It does 30 damage times the number of each of your ancient Pokemon in play. So it can do a total of 180 with a full bench, and of course with this in the active. What I love about this card is this allows you to do the first turn donks or KOs. You can pretty much attack anything that gets stuck in the active. For example, on the opening play for your opponent, if it's like a Luminion or a bad start, this allows you to pretty much take advantage. And if Escape Rope was in the format, this deck would be ridiculous because of this Koraidon. So these are your 2 big main attackers, the Koraidon and the Roaring Moon, just being able to once again just do big damage. And they're single prizers. With the Ancient Booster Capsule, they become 200 HP Pokemon, so you really can't beat that. Next up, we play 3 Fluttermane. Now, a lot of decks are playing 4. I may experiment and go to 4, but for right now, 3 is kind of what I like right now. Fluttermane with the ability of Midnight Fluttering. The active Pokemon doesn't have to be a basic or stage 2 or stage 1. The active Pokemon does not have an ability. So there's cool plays with Fluttermane to where you can boss up like an Archeops, hit it for 90 and then 20 to like a Lugia or a Cinccino or a Snorlax or even a Luminion. And they cannot Primal Turbo as long as that Archeops is in the active. So Fluttermane destroys Lost Box. You put 2 of these down and they can't Delibird or, whatever the new Ice Delibird Pokemon is. They can't get around it. So Fluttermane just shuts it down. The attack, if it was for 2 energies, this card would be even more busted. And because it is a target for Greninjas because of the 90 HP, it does balance out the card. Now, this is questionable. You can play the Great Tusk, but I'm playing Slitherwing right now because of Burning Turbulence allows us to knock out Iron Hands EX, which can be an issue in the deck. But it also allows us to do 240 to any of the RCSVs. So it's possible to go Slitherwing and actually be able to knock out an RCSV on your first turn. And then even Stomp Off, honestly, if you're able to kind of get a Lugia that's a little too aggressive or late game, you can Slitherwing and use Stomp Off to discard the top card of your deck. It can be a win condition. So Slitherwing, and it just adds to the ancient count. And that's all we're playing right now for ancient Pokemon. So we're playing a total of 12. Last Pokemon for support, we're playing 1 Radiant Greninja. Card is so good. It is your draw engine for the deck being able to draw. So we play 1 Radiant Greninja. And that's it for the Pokemon. That's all we're playing right now. All right, guys. So next up is going to be the supporters. So let's take a look and see what we're playing for the supporters. Right now we're playing 4. Oh, let me put this in focus. Let's see. Come on, baby. Focus. We are playing 4 Professor Sauter's Vitality. This card is awesome. This is the draw engine in the ramp version of this deck. This card is busted. Choose up to 2 of your ancient Pokemon, attach a basic energy card to them, and then you draw 3 cards. This card is busted. It really makes the deck go burr, and it's awesome. We then play a worse supporter compared to Sada, but it is an ancient supporter, so we do have to play it. Explorer's Guidance. This allows us to look at the top 6 cards of our deck, put 2 of them in our hand, and you discard the other cards. Now, it'd be even busted if it was, you get to choose 3, but because of the ability, the attack of Roaring Moon, you pretty much are allowed to, fuel that discard pile. And Explorer's Guidance can pretty much find you going 6 cards deep in the deck with the Greninja draw. That's 8 cards. So you're pretty much able to find kind of what you need to go off for the next turn. Now, this is debatable. We are playing the 1 of Boss. I have been liking the Boss. I may be trying to put in a penny. So I'll tell you what card you may want to take out for the penny. Just because we play a Pal Pad, so you can also Pal Pad back the Boss, any of the Sadas, or once again, the penny. So 1 Boss, playing the Giovanni Boss, you got to play it. So that is the supporter line. All right, now we're going to get into the items. The deck does play a ton of items. So let's take a look and see what we have here. So first we have 4 Nest Ball. Super important, all the Pokemon in the deck are basic. So Nest Ball searches out all the Pokemon. And then we play 4 of this ancient card, Earthen Vessel. This card is absolutely amazing. This card, honestly, you need to see it your turn 1. It allows you just to get the 2 basic energies out of your deck and then fuel it maybe with a Nest Ball or Ultra Ball to get Greninja, start drawing cards, get Baby Roaring Moon. So Earthen Vessel is super awesome, just being able to get those energies. And then once again, chaining, I would say chaining, but playing 2 of these at a time to, get more energies in the discard pile also fuels your Sada. We're then playing 3 Ultra Ball. Once again, just another discard outlet for the ancient cards. And then it searches out any of your Pokemon. We are playing 2 Super Rod. Had to go with the old school Super Rods for the ancient deck. This is really good, shuffling in 3 of any combination of Pokemon or energies. So sometimes you have a dead Earthen Vessel in your hand, and you can Super Rod the energies and then use it to get back 2 energies. And also the Baby Roaring Moons. You basically just want to link, attacker after attacker after attacker. And Baby Moon is the one you want to do. So we also play 2 Counter Catchers. So when you're playing a single prize deck, you usually, and once again, this goes a little faster than Reggie's, but sometimes you do fall behind and you can Counter Catcher then to stall or to hit certain Pokemon that you want. So that's what we play there. Now, a lot of decks you'll see will play 4 Pokegear. Right now I'm at 2, and that's because I'm playing 2 Dark Patches, so I'll show you that. But Pokegear, you can go all the way up to 4 with this card. It's really good to find the Sadas, because sometimes that can be your downfall. I do play 2 Dark Patch, super important. I think you honestly should be playing at least 1 of this, just because it makes it easier to, get an energy back on the Roaring Moon. But a lot of people don't even play this card, but I'm playing 2 right now. I can't see going down to 1 because it can be a dead card, and I would rather have maybe the 3rd Pokegear. So that would be probably the switch I'd make now. A lot of decks aren't playing this card. Makes no sense. All your Pokemon are basic, so pretty much heavy ball if you prize your Greninja. And luckily, with this deck, I have not been prizing my Greninja. But if you do, it really does slow down the deck, and you would rather have had a heavy ball. So I do play the 1 of. I do play the 1 Switch Cart. Now, this can get replaced for the Penny. Let me focus in right there for the Switch Cart. So you can also play Penny over the Switch Cart, which I think personally I'm going to make that switch. Once again, it's nice to switch card, but Penny picks up the damage counters, allows you to kind of maybe offset the prize trade with any certain decks. So I do like that. We do play 1 Superior Energy Retrieval, from Black and White era. This is really good late game, still having a Greninja, but you have no energies in the hand, so it's a pretty much dead Greninja. Or if they try to slow you out by bossing or counter catching or prime catching one of your Greninjas, Flutter Mains, or even your 2 prize or your 2 retreat Pokemon like Roaring Moon or Koraidon, getting the energies back is super important, so it fuels that. And then Pal Pad, so good. I love Pal Pad, being able to discard any of the supporters that you have early in the game and get them back. Once again, if you're playing Penny, it allows you to basically have a second Penny or a second boss. Up for debate what you should play, but I do like the Awakening Drum. It does allow you late game to just draw some cards. Biggest thing with this deck is you do get Iono, because we're not playing the Dunsparce line. So you definitely need Ancient Drum just to draw cards, but you could also play Prime Catcher. You got to play around it, see what you like. So that is all the item cards. So we're playing a few tools in Stadium, so we'll go into that. So right now we have 3 Ancient Booster Energy Capsule. Getting the extra 60 HP just makes it a little harder against certain decks. And even against like Noivern, some people say they can just go Noivern against you. This allows you to mill 3 times with Slither Wing, and that's actually an ability you can do, or a win condition against Lugia. But it also just makes it harder for people to knock you out. And then also Charizard cannot knock you out while this is attached if you haven't taken any prizes. We play 3 Pokestops. A lot of items in the deck. Once again, you have Palpad. Only thing you hate milling off of this would be pretty much the tools, like the energy capsule, because you can't get them, unfortunately, anymore. But Pokestop, awesome card for a stadium. And like I said, there's so many items. So it's always the best feeling when you hit some supporters, but then you hit the Palpad to get them back. So for energies, we're playing 2 fighting. So I'll put them down there. And then we're playing 6 dark. Now, some people were thinking about, because of Noivern, you may drop a dark to play a fire to use the shred ability, the shred attack, which I think you could also do, but, you know, it is getting a little bit cute, and you can play around Noivern, bossing and counter catch up around that. So I think this is the perfect energy line. Once again, maybe you can cut a dark for the fire energy, but, you know, it would only come up really with that Noivern, or maybe if your opponent passes, and then you're able to get the shred for a donk or something like that. But overall, I think that's the perfect energy line. All right, guys, that was the Ancient Box deck profile. Let me know in the comment section down below. Is it a hit? Is it a miss? Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, become part of the Poke Kingdom. It's been the King. Peace.